Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in to Hunt Ready. I'm gonna throw out a video here about water filtration. So whether it's like backcountry water filtration or like prepping bug out bag type water filtration, it all kind of ties into the same thing, right? You're out in the mountains or out in the country, hunting or just whatever you're doing. So here's some of the systems here that I've used and some pros and cons on everything. My main water filtration now is a Sawyer Mini. I like these Sawyer Minis. They take standard like water bottle type threads, so they'll screw on to water bottles, anything with that type of threads on it. So another sterilization, not really filtration, is the SteriPen. SteriPen works out good. I've used that too. And then the old standby here is just boiling your water, right? There's also tablets. I carry Aquamira tabs in my first aid kit, just in case. I don't prefer that because it gives the water a really bad taste. And then usually if you're up in the mountains or whatever, it's usually pretty good water, good tasting water. So we'll start off here with the Sawyer Mini. You can pick these up for I think they're like 20 bucks at Walmart. Really good price on these guys here. And I use the minis. They're meant, or they can be used. You can put a straw on them and drink right out of a water source. Put them on a small pouches, put them on a water bottle, like I said, and do it that way. I use these as like a gravity filter. Seems to really work out good for me. So I'll just take like a platypus bag, any kind of a water bladder, and you want one that's got like a bottle cap type threads on it, and filling this platypus is a real pain in the ass, especially in creeks and stuff. It just doesn't fill really well with this one single cap. There's another brand of bladder out there. I can't remember now. There's several of them, but some are better than the others. That the whole top is like a Ziploc baggie, so you can open it up and scoop the water and fill it that way. This can be a real time-consuming pain in the butt trying to fill these bladders with a one hole. It's not what they were designed for. It's meant to be filled and ran in a backpack, but you use what you got. But anyway, so like I said, how I use these, I'll fill these with the dirty water. So this has had dirty water in it. I would not use it again for clean water. So dirty water, fill that up, and then you can just take your Sawyer Mini, screw it right on there, and hang it from a tree, just hang it up, what have you, and then you'll get a pretty good amount of flow out of here. I'll take generally and use some of that like Tygon tubing that comes with your bladder for your bite piece, and I put that on here on this end, and I have it pretty long, so if I got this hanging in a tree, the hose can run down and I can just set my nalgene down there on the ground and let it fill that way. And then when you're not using it, just take the end up higher than the bottle and it's not going to flow no more. So I've got like a little, it's like a name tag clip that I put up on here, and it'll just clips the hose up here on top of the bladder. But that works out really good. The downfall with any like hollow fiber type filter, if this freezes, it's not filtering no more. You're gonna get shit water. So you gotta make sure, like the Sawyer Minis, you gotta keep them from freezing, or they're not gonna be the filtering the water for you, and you're gonna get contaminated water. So whether that means putting it in your sleeping bag with you at night, what have you, you gotta keep it from freezing. So you can try to blow the water out of it. I still wouldn't trust it. I don't know, it's pretty hard to get all the water. I mean, I haven't used this one in like 2 years, and you can still see there's water on it. So that's the thing you got to watch out for with any like hollow core type water filter, is freezing, and it'll break those tubes, and then you're not getting filtered water. And when I carry these, I carry the syringe to back blow them, because they will, depending on how dirty your water is, plug up, you know. So you use this clean water and blow it back through it to clean this filter out. So this is what I normally just keep this, like when I'm hunting, this stays at camp. I don't take this with me. I'll have, I'll fill my nalgene up, and that's pretty much good for the day. If I need any more, I'll use the SteriPen. But I prefer filtered water over the SteriPen, just because it filters out all the little floaties. There's just, I'm sure you guys have seen it, all kinds of little things swimming around in your water. So I like filtered water. The SteriPen, like I said, here is my next most used filtering system here. I've heard people have problems with like the SteriPen Sport. It's like a green one. You want the original, I guess. I've used this on several different hunting trips, and I've had it now for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years at least. I haven't gotten sick on any of the water that I've drank, and it's not worked. It's a pretty slick little deal. Comes in this little case here, and it's got like a light. I don't have any batteries in this, so I can't show you how it lights up and all that, but you'll get the point of it. It's got a little scale on here. You hit the button once for a half a liter and twice for 1 liter, which 1 liter is your nalgene, which is why this works out perfect. So you swirl this around in your water until it starts blinking. If it goes red, it didn't finish. You see these little electrodes on here. Those have to be in the water, and so if you pull it back out of the water, it'll flash, and you'll have to start the process over again. But and then you can see, especially at night, the UV light. That's how it kills the organisms, what have you, in your water, is UV light. But if you're going to use the SteriPen, there's a nalgene. So the nalgene does not come with this lid. This is like an add-on lid. It's from a company called Human Gear, and I get them off Amazon. So it's what it is. It's a 2-piece lid, right? So when you go and you scoop your water, you're going to have contaminated water on this rim. You could wipe it off, but as soon as your lips touch it, you're possibly getting contaminated water, in your mouth. It can make you sick. So the idea behind this lid, so scoop up your water, take your SteriPen, hit the button, stick it in there, and you swirl it around for however long until it flashes and it's done. I can't remember the time frame, but anyway, it'll flash at you when it's all done. Then I would still wipe that off, but you put your big lid on, Okay, and then when you're drinking, you open up that and then you got that little lid. So you're never coming in contact with possibly or more than likely contaminated water, whether it's you know, just what have you in the water. But so that's how you can keep, you know, clean water, keep your mouth from touching anything that's you know, possibly contaminated. So if you're gonna run an nalgene, these human gear lid on Amazon. This is an older one. I just bought one for my daughter when we went to Colorado last time. It's like a newer version. People were complaining. I forget what they were complaining about, but it worked just fine. Maybe people were complaining about the seals. One of the things the new one's got like a different way that the lid, you know, you can actually store your lid like that or whatever when you're drinking, so it's not flopping around. It's some kind of a new design on that. I should have grabbed that one, but I don't have it. This is mine. But human gear lid for your nalgene works out really good if you're going to run the SteriPen, and it takes like 4 AA's. So pretty much anything you're going to be running in the backcountry is going to be on AA's more than likely. Like my Garmin, my GPS is AA, so all that stuff runs on AA. So you got it with you anyway. But yeah, it comes in this little carrying kit. I don't remember the price on this SteriPen. I don't have a price for it. Go on Amazon, probably be your best bet. And then you know, you've got your old standby boiling your water. You know, that works. That's pretty much a guaranteed method, right? You know your water's been sterilized if you're boiling it. The kit that I use here is it's an Optimus. I don't know if you can see it on there. It's an Optimus Cook Kit. It's 24. It's got markings on here. You know, on the inside it would be better to see it, but you won't be able to see it on here. It's marked, so when you're doing your water, especially for like freeze-dried food, it's kind of important. Otherwise, it's either super runny or you know, doesn't have enough water in it. But I like. I normally only. This is kind of getting off topic, but I don't cook food in here. I only boil water in this, just because, you know, you don't want your coffee tasting like ramen noodles or whatever. So I only boil water in this. All my food gets cooked in freezer bags, so I'll just pour the boiling water in with my food in freezer bags and zip it up and let it sit and rehydrate that way. But boiling your water, one thing I like about this Optimus is got these fans on the bottom, and paired with the MSR Pocket Rocket. If you guys haven't used these Pocket Rockets, these things are freaking awesome. I've used jet boils, and the Pocket Rocket, I used the jet boil for a few years, and it, you know, seemed all right, but you only got that one cup. So I like this where you can you know, use it for different things. Like I fried fish on this last time I went to Colorado. I had a big like fry pan I could put on it. But Pocket Rocket, boiling your water, and you know you're good to go with the boiled water. The last hunting trip we took to Colorado, we were in an area that was just loaded with cattle. We were in a wilderness area, and ranchers can graze cattle in there, and it was just packed with cattle. We could not find anywhere, any creeks that we could find, you know, had cattle sighing around it, cattle crap in the water. So I actually I utilized all 3 of these methods. I filtered, SteriPened, and boiled. that water. It was sketchy enough that I went that route. Like I said, it was pretty bad. Everywhere you look, there's cow crap in the water. But then you can use Aquamira tabs where you, I forget how much, put it into 34 ounces. One tablet will be 34 ounces. So, this is 32 ounces. So one tablet for a nalgene, but then it's the issue you run into with these guys. It's 4 hours. You got to let it sit for. Like I said, this is what I use for an emergency. It's in my first aid kit, emergency kit, what have you. The other methods all work out really well for me, and the stove, something you've probably got with you anyway. The only issue with the stove is, the water's going to be hot. You gotta let it cool down. And then, like I said, the issue with the SteriPen is it doesn't filter. Which you could take like a handkerchief or something over your nalgene when you scoop it up and filter stuff that way. To get most of the little floaties out of your water. And then the Sawyer there, if it freezes, it's no good. But as long as you keep it warm, that's a really good method. It takes, you could put it on any size bladder you wanted, and like I said, it runs pretty fast, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time. But so those are the methods of water filtration and purification that I use. You guys using anything different, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Any questions about anything, let me know. But appreciate you guys, and keep the videos coming out here, and we'll see you guys on the mountain later.